Hey everyone, I'm the Real Eveb, and you're watching the A20 Guardian 100 game analysis. We are finally on run number 40. After a long hiatus and a good period of uploads, we're finally at another milestone in the 100 game series. Let's see what the Spire has for us today. We've gotten an Emerald, or 2 temporary dexterity. These are not great options, but thankfully we like the boss relic swap no matter what. Well, unless we get really bad starting options, or really bad pathing options at the start of the act. Very greedy for elite path with 0 rest sites, and it goes for the burning elite. Man, it'd be nice if we could do that. The only problem is, of course, having the resources to do so. Also, if we wanted to do that, our only bailout option would be at the beginning of the act. Otherwise, we'd be avoiding this campfire. And if we're bailing out of elites, we definitely want some kind of compensation, and campfires are one of the best ways to do that. So max HP, in my opinion, is a terrible starting bonus. I don't think either of those would be very good for us. So it'd either be choose a colorless card or boss swap. I don't think we're that scared of a boss swap here, since there's no forced floor 6 elite, which could kill us on a bad swap. So not that any swap is bad, I don't think. Not even like stuff like Busted Crown or Wanderbot's Choker. I think everything can be built around if you get it early enough. Bad here just means not able to take the greedy route, or if we were forced into a floor 6 elite, not being able to handle the elite because of the power loss. Today we're getting a cursed key though. Almost completely free 4th energy. If we were to go to this campfire, it actually does have to be through this shop. I don't like taking an early shop without extra gold because you can't afford any relics. You're not going to be able to afford rare cards either unless they're on sale. You'd be able to buy a common, and you'd be able to buy a common card and a potion or a card remove. Not very many options available to you. Common card and a potion is probably good enough to get you through an elite, but if we're going for the bailout option, that's not that great anyways. Actually, no. We do have a bailout option here because we can just go this way. I don't know how I didn't see this, but this is also a way to take the 4 elite route, should we want to do so. And if these first 2 elites don't go well, we have a bailout here. We also have a bailout here. I'm not going to mark out those full paths, I'm just going to mark those as available to us. But yeah, I'm still looking at this 4 elite path. I don't think we'll be able to take it unless we get lucky. I feel like we've gotten, by that metric, I feel like we have gotten lucky enough though, most of the time. So maybe it's just not getting unlucky that's preventing us from doing that. That's allowing us to do that. Yeah, let's go this route and then decide. Let's see if we can get powerful enough to take the 4 elite route. Always want to play curl up in the early parts of the game, just to make absolutely sure that by the time you redraw it functions as a much better defend. Otherwise, you just have it a draw on both draws. Walker Claw's great. A little bit underwhelming damage for 2 energy, but on 4 energy that's a lot less of an issue. Also can be built into with strength gems. Or other strength sources, honestly. Strength gem is just the only common source, I think. The other sources are like construction form, orb walk, charge up. I think there's more. I think there's one more that I'm forgetting, but we'll have to see. Anyways, Walker Claw over both of these, I think. Suspension is a 0 cost, don't really like to take with Curse Key, even though we could upgrade it. And Recover is a block card, so we want damage for elites. And yeah, here we go. A lot of Anomaly being gone is sad. Not getting Akabeko is also pretty sad. That would have been a great pair with our Walker Claw. Also, not great cards in the shop. Not great cards at all. Resilient Plate, I guess, could be something. On 4 energy, it gets a lot better to have just by itself. Usually it's not great. I would take it for the Brace 8, but the reduce each of your debuffs by 2 doesn't really do anything at this point. But the Brace 8, as I said, makes it a lot better. And on 4 energy, I don't mind spending an energy on that as much. I would not be able to buy a potion, and I'm looking at that Flex Potion, thinking that that's going to be our answer. There's also card remove available to us. In theory, we could take an early Prismatic Spray and then Socket Gems later, but if we're going on the 4 Elite route, again, there's no campfires. So, I think we just buy this Flex Potion and go. However, if we're going to 2 more fights, and since we did not get a potion from the first fight, we are currently at 50% potion chance. So in order for us not... Actually, no, that's fine, because we still have 1 open potion slot. The only way that this would backfire on us is if we get 2 potions from the next 2 fights and not use the flex. So the chances of getting both potions in next fights are 50% times 40%, which is 20%. So a 20% chance of getting 2 potions, plus not using the flex potion or the other potion we get. So I think this is fine to do. Yeah. Why is this an uncommon? That's not better than this. We could also buy a colorless potion, but I don't think I'm going to. I think buying the potion is good enough for the early game. But I hope that does highlight why I don't like taking super early shops. You can barely buy anything, so it's very close to a dead floor. In terms of actually powering up, we can just kill here. Repulsor, Prismatic Barrier, Orb Support. Our boss is Slime Boss, so Repulsor could actually be good. Could also help against sentries. We also didn't get a potion, so go figure. Against Knob, this is going to be 30 damage, plus whatever 2 other attacks we draw on hand with it, hopefully. So, with Flexpot, that represents 25. Maybe we can take the early Repulsor. I don't want to take an Orb Support. Orb Support is just not enough damage to warrant taking. And the Stasis is not really an upside either. It says it's giving you a random card from your draw pile into Stasis, which means you get it free in a couple of turns, but most of the time it hits something bad or mediocre and doesn't really help you. You could have just drawn the card anyway. Also, it being a 0 cost on 4 energy doesn't feel great. I'm going to go with the early Repulsor pick, just because it helps with sentries. If it didn't, well, probably wouldn't take it. Man, this Flex Spot doesn't even kill here. This is 44 damage, so we're going to be taking 12. And I'm going to play the Curl Up over the Strike. Just enter defensive and make sure we don't enter or don't take any more damage the rest of the fight. You know, if we get lucky on our draw too, Repulsor can just be a 2-cost cantrip, because it will exhaust Sender's Bane. Alright, let's get something good, please. Those are good. Ancient Power is great on 4 energy. Refracted Beam is also nice with our Flex Potion. And Crystal Ray is just there. But I'm definitely looking at Ancient Power here. Mostly because after we use the Flex Pot, a Refracted Beam and Walker Claw with no support are going to be a little bit weird. Meanwhile, Ancient Power buffs up everything. Buffs up our Walker Claw, our Strikes, our Twin Slam, and our Defense. So I think we take this. Not another fight, but now we get the opportunity to upgrade, transform, or remove. And this is one of those events that I never really know exactly what to do. I've been playing, obviously I play a lot of Guardian, and I don't think transforms are very good because a lot of the cards in Guardian's kit require support to work, or just straight up have a condition. They're really chaotic in terms of what you can actually make use with them. I took an astrolabe recently that ended up being kind of disastrous. There was another app, not disastrous, no, not disastrous, just very mediocre and really hard to use. There was an astrolabe swap recently that was pretty good though. So, you know, nature of transforms are going to be good or bad depending on what happens. Pindore's box, usually you have enough transforms to make it good no matter what. But anyway, I think I'm not going to take the transform. I'm going to stick to that. So it's either remove or upgrade. I think in order to take these elites, upgrade is the best option here. I've especially been liking not removing cards in Act 1 recently. Because having good density of strikes in the deck means that you can deal damage to Nob consistently, because bad draw order against Nob is actually a big concern. And of course, not having defends means you take more damage against hallway fights. So I think I want to just upgrade Walker Claw here for maximum extra damage off of both Ancient Power and our Flex Pod. Usually people only take this option at the end of the act from other discussions I've heard. But, you know, there's no single right answer, which I think is really cool. Alright, we made our first decision going to this fight. And holy cow. Before we wake up Lagavulin, let's just work this out real quick. Because we have a couple reasons why we might not want to start now. First reason being defense. Well, I guess the only reason is defense, but there's a reason that stems off it. We want to be able to play curl up so that we don't take any damage this fight. We can use curl up to get 10 brace, and then by the time we redraw it, we can go into defensive for 20. Also, we've drawn 2 defense this turn, which means that the rest of our draw is not great against Lagavulin. And the reason stemming off that is that even if we don't start this turn, we can still redraw these cards later and do it mid-fight. And that's especially good, like I said, for curl up, but also for Ancient Power since it buffs dexterity. So before we start this fight, let's calculate how much damage we can do. If we do a ton here, I might be considering starting. I don't think we have enough though to warrant it. We'd have to get Lagavulin down to 6 HP, just in case we only get a 1-strike draw next turn. So let's see. This is 9 strength. That's times 5 hits, 45. Plus 26. 45 and 26 is 71. Minus 8 is 63, so we'd have Lagavulin down to 50. I think we need to be very careful in this fight. It's very tempting to start now because we got the big damage hand. We definitely do this against Gremlin Nob, but not here. We're gonna wait. Okay, Repulsor. And I guess we don't want Emerald next turn, because Lagavulin won't be awake. So let's see if we can get Twin Slam into stasis. Nope, hit Ascender's Bane. Oh well. Alright, now this is the wake up turn, which is fine. We do 10 damage. But now we have a much higher chance of being safe this fight, and if we want to take on those extra elites, we need to be safe. Curl up? No, but we did get Ancient Power Walker Claw. Defend. So we're definitely doing this. We go into defensive next turn and we don't take damage for the rest of the fight. I think. I think we do still have to use Flex Potion, but do we use it now or later? I think the answer is later. Because even if we're debuffed by Lagavulin, the Flex Pot will still be doing the same amount of damage either way. And I want to use this on a turn that hits for more than 4 times. So, let's wait. Alright, this is good. I think this means that we're going to get our big damage draw. Yep, we got it. And we do have to use the Flex Potion here. Our maximum damage without it is 8 plus 12, 20. And this does more than enough. Good fight. 11 damage is acceptable. Takes us a bit low to take on the 4 elite route. But Omamori's not what we're looking for. Wait, actually it is exactly what we're looking for. What am I saying? This is Cursed Key Omamori. We can open chests now. And yeah, since we've only taken one attack so far, we're going to take this multi-beam. Especially good on 4 energy. Alright, let's see what this fight has for us. Large Spike Slime. Sheesh. Very rude one, too. 32 is not enough to split it. So it looks like we're just going to be taking 18 damage, and then we're going to have to bail out of this elite. Right? Maybe we can do some calculations to see if we're safe against that. Could depend on the card reward, too. Unfortunate turn 1 draw, but that's just how it goes. We don't need to use Ancient Power this turn. We can do Defend, Defend, Curl Up to full block. And I don't want to split this turn. Splitting would be at 33 HP. Okay, I think that's fine. Oh, it split itself. Oh, man, we missed a multi-beam? That's bad. Maybe it's fine. We get Ancient Power this turn, maybe? No, but we did get Walker Claw. So we can just do this, multi-beam, strike. Come on, game. Where's my damage cards? I took them. I have 2 damage cards. 20 damage fight. Sheesh. You know, I turned on something to handle the lag. I don't think it's working. Spiked Energy Drink. Ooh, Stasis Field. That's a great card. Probably better than these two for this part of the game. Let's see. With Stasis Field, that makes us a lot safer against sentries. But I don't think by much. We don't have a way of dealing a lot of damage to them quickly. We have multi-beam, but it's not upgraded, and the maximum we can do is 20 damage to all of them with 4 energy. Still leaves a lot of room for us to take damage. Unless we were to get Ancient Power Walker Claw, I don't think we'd be able to do it. Also, our potions aren't very helpful. Well, actually, Ancient Potion with Ancient Power is really good. Now that I'm looking at it, it gives us 4 strength permanently for a fight. So our only other 2 options are Knob and Sentries. Knob is really draw dependent because we need Ancient Power to come early. And if we don't get it to come early, then I don't think Ancient Potion is going to work either. I think we have to take this fight and avoid the elite and then go left. Which is unfortunate, but you know, that's just the way it happens sometimes. And you know, we have a Memori, so we could even go to an event and take a curse option from there over another chest in Act 2 to get stronger now. We can calculate that all out. So yeah, I'm gonna just skip this elite and we're gonna go here to this fight and hope that it doesn't smack us too. Oh man, 20? So this is 32. We don't have enough to kill, of course. So it looks like we're taking 8 damage here with Stasis Field to defend. I could use the potion here. Let's see, we've gotten 2 potions this act. We've bought 1. And we've been through how many fights? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've gotten 2 potions in 3 fights. That means we're at 50% potion chance. And we don't have very many attacks coming up either. Alright. Just gonna do that. Kinda sad, but you know, it had to be done. Thankfully, Stasis Field comes out next turn, so we don't have to do anything crazy here. I could use Ancient Power now. I could get it with a really bad draw if I don't use it now. We have Emerald. I guess we play Repulsor instead of ignoring it. It was slimed. Curl up. Those would all be bad things to grab with the Ancient Power on that turn. Like, it could legitimately kill us to do that, so I want to minimize any chance of us dying. I think with our Stasis Field and other attacks and defense will be fine for the rest of the fight. Yeah. $26. Very nice. We did not get a potion, of course. And our options are reroute Aquamarine Harden. I think this is a very easy reroute. Although we could do Twin Slam Emerald Aquamarine, we still have to upgrade Twin Slam to do so. Meanwhile, I think reroute gives us enough power with Stasis and is also an attack. So we kind of need to take that now. Alright. No Burning Elite, 4 Elite route today. We're only taking 1 this act. Very sad. We just got smacked in the hallway fights. Just unfortunate. Alright. Our first chest. Not an impressive chest to open with Cursed Key, but we have 2 stacks of Omori. I think it's worth doing. Art of War. Gain an energy if you don't play any attacks the previous turn. I don't know we need a 5th energy. We could ignore it. Especially if we're going for a strength-based build. We want to play attacks often. Art of War, I know that it's very, very good often. I think with a 4 energy start, it's not necessary. So I'm going to take an early Sapphire Key. It also means we don't have to take one later, which means that we can take a relic from a chest rather than just being forced to leave it behind and taking Curse anyway. That is going in Twin Slam. We don't have the HP to upgrade here, unfortunately. Even though I would like to upgrade Twin Slam, we absolutely have to rest. So looking back, was there a better path we could have gone? I was confident for this Elite. I guess the hallway fights was a problem. Taking the early Repulsor might have been a mistake. But go figure. I was thinking about the boss more than I was about the immediate. That may have been the wrong answer. I'm not sure how much that actually hurt me. But I guess sometimes you just get hit for 18 on turn 1 against a hard fight. So, let's see what we got here. Fight Gremlins, gain Pick of Rhapsody, or gain random gem for HP. And again, if we get the pick, we can mine for gems with the pick at this same event. Only problem is, we only have 1 open gem slot, and we're still a few floors away from a campfire. On the bright side, random gem can be of any rarity. We're not just looking at commons. So maybe I would not mind as much. Do I want to risk the gremlin fight? I have multi-beam, and at 4 energy it will do a lot of damage to all the gremlins. We have Walker Claw to handle 1 gremlin. We even have the Ancient Potion to block Frail. Or is it weak? I think it blocks the weak, actually. I guess that means we can still kill gremlins then. I think we can get lucky enough in this fight to take it. This will be our elite fight. Multi-beam. Okay, Walker Claw is fine. And in fact, this is a very passive group of gremlins, other than Gremlin Wizard. Would we be able to kill Gremlin Wizard? Yeah, we have plenty of attacks in the draw pile. We only drew Walker Claw. We can just handle Fat Gremlin now and throw this into stasis and we'll be fine, I think. So long as we just don't make Mad Gremlin mad. Although, Shield Gremlin and healing, or blocking for that is not ideal. If it blocks again, that's another 12, or another 11. So this is 20, so this is 44 HP. We're doing 21 now, so it's at 23. That's 22. Huh. So not quite enough. We have the option to kill Shield Gremlin, but it would mean making Mad Gremlin angry. But like I said, we have 22 damage in our draw pile if we get lucky. I guess drawing all three in the same hand might not be so easy. It's about a 2 and 7 to draw them all next turn. Oof. So unfortunately, I think this means we have to take damage against Gremlin, Mad Gremlin. I think we have to do reroute multi-beam for 24 damage and to kill Shield Gremlin, and then take 11 from Mad Gremlin. Or what if we kill Mad Gremlin with reroute multi-beam? No, yes, that's 24 damage against them. We do 4 damage to Gremlin Wizard. That's not enough. We'd still need to draw all of the things. Ultimate Blast is 30 damage though, and we're blocking for 14 of that. Wait a minute, is that actually better? We're blocking for 14 out of 30, and then either defend would make us block for 19, which means we take 11. Which is the same as making this really angry with 3 hits. It'll gain 2 strength 3 times for 11 damage. So yeah, we can just kill Mad Gremlin here, and then try to kill this next turn with all of our attacks, or we can do 2 defends. And worst case scenario, the cards we don't draw are an attack and a defend, and then we take the same amount of damage as we would have if we had done Mad Gremlin this turn. Also, there's the chance of getting a Twin Slam with a defend in our hand to block for 9 instead of 5. So yeah, this is the route. And let's get that 2 and 7, 28%. Come on. We rerouted multi-beam. What am I even thinking? Gosh, get myself all worked up. We even drew all 3 attacks. Amazing. Yeah, we're gonna do this once, I think. At least. Oh, we got the Aquamarine. Okay. Well, we can't put that in Twin Slam this act. We have no campfire to upgrade it at. That being said, that does make us safe in hallway fights for a little bit. Kinda. Just having a block card in hand is not so bad. I wanted to do this again, so that I have something to put into... Actually, we could just put this into reroute too, if we're so inclined. Also, we can pick up socket cards before the campfire. Alright, let's do this again. Okay, well, if you're gonna give me shit like that, should I just do it a third time? I'm just gonna do it a third time. I'm not that worried about dying at this point. Citrine, amazing. That's why you go all the way. And this is the safest route here, through a question mark again. So let's see what we got here. Realize, can I get multi-beam? No. Can't get multi-beam, not allowed. But I can kill one and block for 11. Okay, we only take 2 damage, great. And hopefully multi-beam shows up, finally. No? It's not going to be like that? Fine, I guess we take another 8. Sheesh, that was a really bad draw. And we didn't even draw the gems yet. What's up with that? Getting a bad draw without the gems? It's like our base deck has strikes and defends in it or something. Wonder who put those there. And of course now we block for 54. 9 damage, whatever. Another Walker Claw, Emerald, or Refracted Beam. I think we just take another Walker Claw here. I think that's more than enough. With our possibilities of strength. Well, Omamori, but on the other hand, Cursed Key. But on the other hand, we are right before a shop, so this would be the time. Whew. Getting strong now seems like a great idea, and I did say I wanted socketed cards. But if we could buy a rare relic of some kind for 340 gold or less, I'd be really happy with that, so I am going to agree. And I feel no doubt for having taken that, thanks to Omamori. Those are some good relics. I'm especially liking that anchor and the toolbox. That being said, there are some pretty good cards on offer here too. Future Plans is great. Priming Shot, unfortunately, is the only thing here with the socket, and I've done Brace 6 stuff before. With, what was it? A Piercing Hide? That was not great. It was very good. I really just want to take Toolbox Anchor. Anchor's going to do so much for us through the entire game, having a free turn 1. And Toolbox has a lot of value as well. I value relics a lot more highly than cards because you don't have to draw relics. You have to draw cards in order to get them, but you don't have to do that with relics. And yes, we do have enough. Just a little shortcut here. Half of 340 is 170, and both of these kind of cost less than 170, so you know you can afford them both. Future Plans would be a great card to have, just in general. You could upgrade that and then take Anchor as well, and then get a card remove on top. That's certainly a play. I think even with Reroute and Curl Up in the deck, we'd be fine with that. Maybe this deck needs some control with Future Plans. I don't know. I'm definitely more inclined to take the Relic. It could be correct to take Anchor Future Plans and upgrade Future Plans at the campfire. Magnetism's also interesting, but again, that's also a card. We have to draw and play. I guess playing is not really the big thing. We could do that with Toolbox too. The big thing is that this costs more than half a relic, or half our gold, so we wouldn't be able to buy a relic. We'd get like a card remove instead, I guess. Dark Shackles is always good. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with what I know and buy 2 relics. So I guess you know, Curse Key stops you from taking relics from chests, because if you take them, then you get a curse. But taking the Doubt and canceling that from Omamori got us a relic anyways. So that works. Twin Sam already has its gem in it. So I can't put Citrine in it. That would be nice. Although maybe not necessary though, because we have 4 energy. Maybe we want to get Bubble Burst. Bubble Burst would be nice to have with Citrine. I think we do put the Aquamarine in Reroute though, for sure. We can put it in Twin Slam, but you know, as the Twin Slam combo. But we need to upgrade Twin Slam first, and we can find another Aquamarine to do that. This, however, gives us more safety for now. And for later, I guess. I guess it doesn't matter since we have to draw both anyways. We do have to spend an energy on that too. Maybe that was incorrect. I don't know. I don't really like the idea of putting either of these into that though, so... So do we rest against Slime Boss or do we upgrade? Upgrading Multi-Beam seems pretty good. I think this is the fight we use Ancient Potion with Ancient Power to have a permanent 4 strength. Unfortunately, there's no way to keep the dexterity, no matter when you use the potion, before or after. At least I'm pretty sure. I don't think I've experimented with it, that I remember. Could also upgrade Walker Claw, but I think upgrading Multi-Beam for extra damage against all enemies is more important. Or we just rest. Resting would take us above the 38 HP threshold that Slime Boss has. And if we can't split him in time, we might need to do that. We also might... there's a couple things to think about here. We can't go into defensive, right? That would be the biggest thing to make me feel safe against Slime Boss, because you can go into defensive either turn 2 or 3 in order to block that big hit. We could split, but I feel like we're going to have a lot of trouble doing that, actually. Stasis Field could also help, but we have to draw it on the right turn. We can't draw it on turn 2, we have to draw it on turn 1 or 3. And right now we have a 20-card deck, so that's actually 50-50. I think we have a repulsor for the long run, at least. Maybe the multi-beam upgrade's not that good. At max energy, that's only 8 more damage. Which is probably not going to do enough against the slimes. We need to do 75 damage. Let's see, best case scenario is we have 4 strength permanently. We get both our Walker Claws. That's 9 times 7. 63 damage. That's only if we get both the Walker Claws and the Ancient Power in the right order. That's not even enough to split. I think we are going to have to tank a big hit here. Okay. No upgrades for us. Unfortunate, but that's just how it goes. Oh yeah, we have toolbox, but I don't think that would have helped anyway. Impatience or Deep Breath? What's our attack density? 9 out of 20. Plus slimes. But we have Repulsor. There's a pretty good chance we get 1 or 2 of these in our hand every turn. Including this turn. We could do Chrysalis for random skills. Since we rested, I don't mind stalling a little bit longer against the first phase of Slime Boss. This could give us some kind of scaling tool that saves us this fight. I don't think Deep Breath does enough. I'm willing to risk the Chrysalis. Definitely not something you hear very much. Hey, we got Stasis Field. That's actually great. And like I said, I think I am going to use Ancient Potion here to get the Ancient Power. Curl Up is also not necessary here, although we can use it on Stasis Field, which means that we can get 10 more Brace, because we have Citrine in hand. We do Citrine, Ancient Power, Strike, Chrysalis, Curl Up, 5 energy. Let's see what we get from this. A free shield charger, a free clone, and a free resilient plate. Well, we do have a Dex gem in our Twin Slam, so maybe resilient plate hits. 1 turn of shield charger can also be useful. Clone, I think, is our biggest hit. Oh yeah, Sapphire resilient plate. That's 11 Brace. So if we're lucky, we might not even need to rest. Or to have rested. At least we'll keep some of that HP for next act, though. Definitely want to keep that strength this fight. Okay. Well, there's Shield Charger. That gets us block for next turn. So that's 10 block plus 14 is 24. Out of 38 plus something else we draw, I guess. If we got Resilient Plate after putting Shield Charger into stasis, we'd be able to go into defensive for another 10. Let's see, this is 9. Has 545. It's down to 95. Yeah, we need to play all their damage here. Alright, let's see what happens. We did not get Resilient Plate, but we got Clone on the turn Stasis Field came out, which means that we now have a permanent Stasis Field in play. Seems pretty good to me, because now they're staggered. I also don't want to split here. You want to do less than 20 damage? I want to just tank this hit, I think, and get it lower. Yeah, we have 4 strength to use with multi-beam, so that should be enough. Hey, we take exactly enough to go into defensive, which means if we split this turn, which we can, we get to keep all the block for next turn. Do we play Repulsor here? Playing Repulsor means we get through our slimes, but means we don't do another 18 damage right now. We also have this as a super slimed. I think that puts us over. We'll split at 63. Wow, 30 incoming. That's good then. I think that means that they have a lower chance of doing a bunch of damage next turn. And we want to kill the guy giving us weak at some point, so... Casual 76 block. No big deal. This is 9 damage to all enemies X times. We could just burst down the Spike Slime. This is 36. And then we do multi-beam. I guess we could have done Twin Slam there to not take damage from this. How much is this? 54? 9 times 6. So we only need to do 9 damage to this guy. Equal to the small slimes. We do have another strike and a Walker Claw on the draw pile. If we split now, though, this Acid Slime might be a problem. We're already blocking for 14. But this is going to block for another 14 next turn anyway. Alright, it's fine. We're going to see if we can save that 4 HP this turn. I could have done the Twin Slam route, but I didn't. It's my own fault. Good news is, we do full block. And we kill both the Spike Slimes. Okay, it looks like we got lucky enough to not actually have needed to rest, but, you know, we had no way to know that. For sure, anyways. Oh man, these are not good rares. These are very bad rares. Sheesh. What do you do here? How do we survive Act 2, man? I guess Ancient Construct for Ancient Power to keep strength, and then I guess Dexterity over time for the late game. It's just so expensive. It also needs an upgrade for Ancient Power, because otherwise we need to draw it the turn before. Because if you draw them on the same turn, it doesn't actually do anything. Also, I get the feeling we're not going to be playing it in a lot of hallway fights. I think it's just actively bad. And Gem Finder just isn't good here. We don't have the sockets to make it work. At least we got a good potion for the short term. Man, this feels really bad. Fierce Bash isn't even good here because it puts itself into stasis when played, so it doesn't even synergize with Reroute. Curl Up is still random. We have no Accelerate. It's either Ancient Construct or Skip. I see Ancient Construct being really bad for us, so I think we have to skip, unfortunately. Really bad low roll here. Oh man. Slaver's Collar, Velvet Choker, or Black Star. I think as we just saw, we don't have the damage for elites. Unless we can find a way to keep strength permanently. I think we just have to go for another energy. We could take Collar. The only thing that's holding me back from that is the Citrine. But I think overall we're not going to be doing any kind of play of a lot of card strategies. We're going to be going for more expensive cards. Like, we already have expensive cards, right? We have Multi-Beam, 2 Walker Claws, Repulsor. And I want something to help us in hallway fights. Rather than just elites, so I think it's got to be Choker. With that, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to come back fresh, because I'm not feeling too good about our odds here. Or at least we're up against Champ, so maybe we can find some cheese strategy for that boss rather than have to worry about something like Collector. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, we are back. Ready to take on Act 2? Debatable, but we're going to do it anyway. Let's see what we got here. I often find highlighting the rest sites are a lot more useful than highlighting the elites, because I can still see the elites pretty well. But it's easy to ignore the campfires in the background when you're looking at elites. At least for me. Looks like we can get 2 elites, 2 campfires going like this, or like this. And if we take the Burning Elite, we can get 3. 3 elites, 1 campfire. Both this way and this way. With very little gold, we don't really want to take merchants, so I think we don't want to go this way. That leaves this. This is assuming that we can beat elites in the first place. Unfortunately, we only have 1 strength source, and it's not that consistent right now. Also, we have a couple of gems that we decided to take with us. I thought it would be a calculated gamble. I suppose we'll see if the gamble pays off. Having this potion is nice because we only managed to get 1 upgrade the entire act. I'll have to go back and look to see if I could have pathed differently and made better decisions in Act 1, but I don't remember the paths being that good unless you went for a really greedy route. So it looks like we're going like this. I don't like this bailout option, so I'm going to take a minimum of 1 elite, and then we can decide to bail out here if we need to not take another. Okay. 22 on turn 1, as usual. Chrysalis Madness Panacea. Madness isn't going to help here at all, I don't think. The only debuff we have are Ancient Power Twin Slam. I guess that's 2 cards. It's probably better than putting using Chrysalis on our deck. We don't have that many block cards, just our defense and stasis. We don't have any way to enter defensive mode right now. So skills from Chrysalis could actually be good. I get the feeling we just have to kill fast, though. So Panacea with Ancient Power is probably the only way we, the best possible scenario here. Oh yeah, Anchor is a thing. Forgot about that. That's nice. Right. 5 energy choker. Hold on 1 second. Okay. As I figured, we're taking a lot of damage here. Can't lead too much into stasis since we took choker. Another emerald, priming shot, suspension. We're gonna say no to those. I think magnetism's gonna be best here. Although this is already all my energy. It's 9 times 4. 9 times 5 and 10. That's 55 out of 99. And then getting the rest of the damage is a different story, but we have multi-beam and Walker Claw, so maybe we can make it happen. Do we leave it at this? Better chances of drawing multi-beam, better chances of drawing 3 strikes. 3 strikes would allow me to use Blessing of the Forge here, and if we get the 31 attack next turn, we're in big trouble anyway, so no block here. It's rough not finding any brace cards in Act 1. Or if we did, I don't think we did, but if we did, we skipped them, obviously. Recover... It's something, but I guess we'll take it. Honestly, I don't see this run going much of anywhere. I am still trying to win. I always try, but actually having the actually getting that win is another story. This is 30 damage. Upgrade putt would make it 40. That's still not enough to do to these guys. Reroute Walker Claw. If I did reroute and Walker Claw with a ward and a defend, that would be 4 energy. But I could play multi-beam for 6 and kill the right cultist, so I get an extra 8 block. Then I have to kill the left ones. Doesn't seem easy. I think we're gonna do this for 3 block, but that's it. At least we get this out next turn. I didn't think about that. I could have done reroute multi-beam with that 8 block route. Oh well. Energy potion, that's pretty nice. These are still pretty bad, though. You know, whenever I took Choker, I might not have been thinking about the fact that I had 5 energy. I was kind of thinking about it in the back of my head, since we had such expensive cards. But I may have underestimated how much I might need stasis in the future of this run. Let's see what we get for Match and Keep. Okay, well, no way to avoid that. Alright, I guess we have a citrine now. Future plans. Guess we'll see if we take it. Another Twin Slam I would absolutely take. Oh, how about that? Now do we take the future plans? I think Stasis Field takes out a slot permanently. We have Recover, Reroute, and Curl Up. So I'm going to say no. But we know that this is not future plans. In fact, there's 4 curses in these last cards. What was this other one again? This was a priming shot. I don't want to look for it, but it's funny that we didn't get a curse until the last 5 cards. Alright, well, next campfire we're going to have... Oh my gosh, a good shot. We don't have enough for anything good here, and we actually have good stuff in here. I guess we could trade out something for Fairy, but like these are good potions already. I would hate to trade them out like that. I think we have to get rid of a strike. Alternatively, what if we got bites? What if we got bites this run? Would we take them? Do I care about defends? Yes, actually, because I have Twin Slam with dexterity. Okay. I'm going to just buy a card remove then. Could take a Prismatic Spray since we have 3 open gems, but I definitely want to put Citrine into Twin Slam. Here. Absolutely want to do that. And then figure out something else to put in it. I think another Citrine would be a bad idea. And since we don't have strength scaling, I don't actually think Prismatic Spray would be a great idea. Alright, first things first. We'll do that. That's going to have problems later with Choker, but I'll keep an eye out for it. We have 1 elite fight to get through. We have 2 potions for it. I could rest. We also have another fight to get through for the chest. Upgrading something might allow us to get through this. If this is Slaver's Fight, multi-beam upgrade would be amazing. Especially with Energy Potion, that would be 49 damage for all of our energy. But we do also already have Forge Pod, so maybe we can wait to upgrade. I think the multi-beam upgrade is worth it. I don't think we're going to die at 27 potions. Even though this is an elite and a hallway fight. We can rest here if we need to. I do think this is our best play. Okay, that's perfect. Can we get the multi-beam? No. But we can kill this. Rerouting Twin Slam seems like a bad idea, actually. Could reroute Curl Up. 2, 3, 4, 5. How did I count that wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Master of Strategy. Wow. Alright. Sheesh. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just going to be taking a lot of damage, is all. Sheesh. There you are. I'm looking all over for you. Next time I'm just going to look at Choker to count cards. This does not look good. I'm gonna be honest. This looks like it's just death. Yep, I'm just gonna accept the L here. I feel like we were not prepared for Act 2 after that Act 1. Not at all. But then again, it could just be my own mistakes. Sometimes even when you are good at something, you still mess up in a way that you look back on later and say, well, those were some dumb choices. We're not at that point yet, but I know it's possible. Curse Key into a Memori early was funny. Nice little combo there to let us take the early chest, which we still blue keyed. Because we didn't want the relic, of course. Hitting the shop here was nice. Got Anchor and Toolbox, which are generally pretty good. Anchor saved plenty of HP against a couple. Actually, it was mostly just the Looter and Mugger fight that did something in. Yeah, because Chosen, Triple Cultist didn't do anything on turn 1, and neither did Gremlin Leader. So, I guess Anchor didn't actually do that much. I suppose that was a longer term play than I thought, but I was also kind of afraid of Avocado showing up with a 21 damage on turn 1. Avocado, Looter Mugger, Chosen, Birds. Birds would have been another one that was good in. And Sphere Guardian. About a 60-40. Maybe we could have picked something more consistently valuable than Anchor. I was definitely feeling like Anchor would be better in most scenarios, but maybe it wasn't. Toolbox, I think, is definitely still there because it always has value turn 1. Maybe it won't always give you what you need. Like, block is very sparse with Toolbox. But the extra utility can make what's in your deck a lot better. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe that's why I lost. Maybe I took something that only makes my deck better if my deck is already decent. Overall, I guess we can take a look at the card rewards here. Walker Claw, Recover, Suspension. Maybe we should have put more consideration in for Recover, because Walker Claw without Strength is pretty bad. Unlike Roll Attack, it doesn't give you any kind of defensive capabilities. And a big part of Roll Attack being acceptable damage is because of its brace attached to it. Guardian, like I said, even Light is fine with smaller damage values because Guardian can stall longer. But that's partially due to the fact that, Roll Attack enables stall, and Walker Claw doesn't. That being said, I have taken early Walker Claws in the past whenever I haven't been offered good damage, and they've been fine. But looking at this here, maybe Recover was the way to go, because that is a powerful stasis tool. Bringing back a card from the discard pile and letting you replay a good card for free later. Maybe we could have gone a more defensive route early, and bailed out of the 4-lead route earlier, and went for that campfire like I was saying we could. Unfortunately, the merchant was still forced, but maybe we could have taken something other than a potion. Floor 3 Repulsor. I think this is definitely a learning experience. This is absolutely not something I'm going to be doing in the future. Repulsor is way too early to be taking. It's way too early to be taking a Repulsor in Act 1, even if there are fights that are okay with it. Act 1 and Act 2, you need to be prepared for both as Guardian, as they are weak in the early game. Repulsor, even though it has value in the late game, Act 3 against Nemesis, and Act 4 against the Heart, and sometimes Spear and Shield, Repulsor is not going to be that good early. Maybe I felt more comfortable with it early because of how Downfall mode goes. You get the early socket and upgrade on Twin Slam. That makes you a lot stronger because of the Floor 1 Campfire in Downfall mode. But we don't have that here, so I need to remember that for future. Those other two cards are not that very good, though, so maybe I should have just skipped. Ancient Power, I do think was still good. I think was still the right answer here, with the cards we took. Without it, I don't know. I probably still would have taken the Ancient Power, even if we had taken Recover, because Ancient Power let me build into other things. Meanwhile, Refracted Beam and Crystal Ray, not so much. Refracted Beam, you absolutely need Strength to be good, or some kind of thing like maybe Akabeko as an alternate route, or Red Candle, the relic that makes you deal two soul burn to an enemy whenever you damage them. That would have been an option. And Crystal Ray, of course, is just too early. Upgrading Walker Claw was fine. Taking Multi-Beam here was fine. Just weren't offered a lot of good cards this early. We're seeing stuff like Suspension on 4 energy, the Prismatic Barrier, Orb Support, Refracted Beam, Crystal Ray, Harden and Armored Protocol. Guardian just has so many whiff cards that if you miss, you miss hard. I need to maybe remember that more. Because I'm used to getting somewhat lucky with the cards, or at least lucky enough to take on Elites in Act 1. Even though I have bailout plans. But I do need to remember that low rolls like this exist, even if I take floors like these, to ensure that I get good cards. Stasis Field here was fine, but there's another Prismatic Barrier. And Clone is not that great early either. Reroute was fine. Harden's back again. I think the Gem Mine ended up working out. Another Walker Claw versus Emerald and Refracted Beam, you gotta take something to beat Slime Boss. We probably just have to redo the pathing at some point. And yeah, and Choker was a mistake. In retrospect, it didn't allow us to build into any kind of stasis stuff. I thought I was being good about it by getting myself a consistent energy during hallway fights. I guess I sort of forgot we had a 4th energy already, and 5 energy Choker is very difficult. I don't know. At some point I'm going to look back at this and have a new strategy for it. Although, at some point we're going to get a balance update for Guardian. And I don't know how big it's going to be. It might completely change the context of all of these decisions. With the new cards. Or I guess the new ways the cards work. Alright. That's going to be it for this episode. Up next, since this is episode 40, is going to be another bonus episode. And I'm going to start doing guides on how to play Guardian. 3 different guides on Guardians, 3 different mechanics. Next episode is going to be on Guardians Gems, and how I make the decisions on how to socket them. And how I believe they should be gone about. And I'll reflect on some of my own decisions in this series, because, sometimes I end up with a lot of unsocketed cards. Or, not unsocketed cards. Yes, cards with sockets that don't get gems, because I'm too picky. So, I will be accounting for that. Just saying what I know and not what is absolutely true for sure, And then the other 2 will be on defensive mode and stasis, in whichever order I feel prepared to do so. So stick around for at least the next episode. Yeah. And I hope you also stick around for the rest of the 60 episodes coming up on this series. But until then, I'll see you later.